So now I'm here in Nuka World, just causing all kinds of mayhem. But what I want to talk about with Magic now is the products that they're selling us now at Walmart's and stuff like that, the mystery box. But before I get to that, I'm going to go to the other mystery box, more specifically the products that are in these plastic cases, like the clear plastic case, but they kind of like fill it up with paper and kind of block you from actually seeing it, even though they usually do a shit job of doing that. This is the product from like MJ Holding, which is basically what they do. Is I'm guessing they take a lot of unsold products that Walmart sells to them, and they, just repackage them. They either store them in some sort of warehouse or some place where they can just ship these out in bulk to distribution centers, and just sell these to Walmarts all over the country. And which is why you see so many people finding just crazy stuff from like 2 or 3 years ago, or even older than that. Like I've seen people open up stuff from like I think the Scars of Mirrodin block, stuff like that. But you could find. I always remember when I opened a couple of these, I got some of the dice from New Phyrexia, Mirrodin Besiege. So I got some old ass dice from like just a year ago, opening one of these up, and that, I mean, unfortunately for me, that was as good as it got because I didn't get anything older than like uh, Gate Crash, Return to Ravnica, Dragon's Maze. That was usually the oldest packs that I got, and also I think M14. But those were the oldest packs that I got, and unfortunately, I didn't know about the whole trick that if you go to one of these WalMarts that have, like they're like a grocery store, the Super Center WalMarts, where you can go to the produce section or wherever they have the scales, you can just take these mystery boxes, go over to that section and weigh them. And apparently, the ones with the special decks or the ones with commander decks or the arch enemy decks, they actually have a specific weight that's different from the other ones. Like if they weigh within an ounce of a pound, I think that's what one of the guys on YouTube said. Uh, that holds a specialty deck or product that is different from just the typical crappy dual decks that they might put in there. And usually, what I do find whenever I open these, it's just crappy dual decks, or at least from what I remember. I haven't bought any of them recently because they're usually, I think they're sold out now. Every Walmart I go to, I cannot find these anymore because someone apparently in our local area figured it out before I did, and they bought out all the good ones and just all of them entirely because they were kind of fun just to see the random shit you could get. But usually, what I remember from the handful that I've opened before were that they were filled with dual decks, more specifically without the planeswalkers with them, so you just get the decks. And it is as terrible as it sounds because I think I got the Kiora and Elspeth dual decks, and I got both of them, which is the only positive thing is that I didn't just get one and get screwed out of the other. The only good card I think out of the bunch, and I'm not exaggerating, just Mother of Runes, which now is like $1 at best. Yeah, you're not getting your value back for that. She was, I don't remember how expensive she was, like what her, yeah, like what she was trending at, like her high on a like TCG player. I don't remember that, but she was worth like at least a few dollars before she got reprinted. But the artwork's nice. Therese Nielsen, obviously a huge favorite, but still, Anyway, I digress. The whole point is you don't get really shit value. You pretty much get crappy value for whatever one of these you open, unless it weighs within an ounce of a pound. If it weighs within an ounce of a pound, you have something special. You have like a commander deck. No matter what commander deck it is, well, I take that back. There are some like the Derevi deck that are next to worthless, with the exception of Elixir of Mortality. And I think there's like my friend just got one, and it turns out like the one he opened was like Freyalise, the Freyalise commander deck, which has some decent value, definitely more than the price point that you have to pay for these. And so I mean, it would be really fun if they kept selling these at Walmart, or at least my local Walmart. But MJ Holding, I don't know, like what the hell they did to have all this stuff just laying around from like all the, and some of these are good commander decks too. Like someone opened one of the 2011 commander decks in one of these. I don't remember exactly which one. All I heard was that someone, it was a rumor, someone opened one of those decks and it was probably Heavenly Inferno or the one with Animar or something like that, because that's the only thing that comes into mind that's a really expensive commander deck from then. But still, really cool to pull something like that you're not going to see on the shelves, which is probably a big reason why they're not going to do it anymore. They're going to catch on and say, hey, we have some stuff in here that's definitely worth more than $25 or whatever the price point is to sell these little plastic cubes. But anyway, they usually just like stuff other crap in there too, like garbage ass sleeves and like deck protectors you're never going to use. I mean, honestly, penny sleeves would have been a better little stuffer to put in there rather than, like, I mean, the spin down's nice too, but that's pretty much it. You're getting a spin down and whatever deck has actual value. You're not going to get shit out of the pack, so don't even go in there hoping you're going to get anything. Which leads me on to the next mystery box, which is the official product, I think. I don't know if it's official. No one, I've looked around everywhere and I couldn't find where someone said it was actually an official Wizards product, because they never actually talked about it. I don't think they did, but I never actually heard about this announcement at all that they were releasing a mystery box. Because it's just out of nowhere. I go to Walmart and I see, hey, there's this box and it comes with like 5 packs, but it's like $25 and you probably don't want it because it's some random crap from like Khans of Tarkir and sets that are overall bad and have like maybe 5 good cards that you're not going to get because it's a mystery box, and your chances of pulling something like a fetch land are pretty shit to begin with. But anyway, they kind of lure you in with the chance of getting a pack. This is what they say on the box. You can get a pack from the modern era of Magic. So naturally, when I think of modern era of Magic, I automatically think of 8th edition going onward, but what do I hear from everyone who's opening this? Oh, look, I have like Gate Crash, the same shit you have in the other MJ Holding product that they give you, like Gate Crash, like M15 sets you don't give a shit about. And they call that modern era. Like, I don't even know, are there, besides the Shocklands, the Shockland reprints from Gate Crash, is there anything good from Gate Crash in Modern right now? I don't think so. Someone please tell me otherwise, but Gate Crash was just a terrible set with the exception of some good standard cards and, of course, the Shocklands, but there really was nothing else. Nothing. And Dragon's Maze, you have Voice of Resurgence, and you could also get some of the Shocklands from the previous 2 sets in the block, but again, not a very good block after Return to Ravnica, which had some really good valuable cards in that set, and then next 2 kind of crap. But still, they call that the modern era of Magic. Technically, you're right, but still, it's sort of like, standard a few years ago. Like, don't call it the modern era. It's not modern. There are like a couple cards from the entire block that see play in Modern, with the exception, of course, the reprinted lands. But then again, if you look at the fetch lands from Khans of Tarkir, a big reason why people bought that set in the first place was the reprints of the lands. If you have to reprint lands to make a set valuable, be more creative. Fire people in your R&D department. Do whatever it takes to make your cards better, to where you don't just have to reprint old good cards from the modern era in order to sell your standard sets, or just sell your sets in general to players in standard. Stop doing it. Be creative. Think of new shit. But anyway, I mean, the mystery boxes, especially the newer ones from Wizards, they're just boring as hell compared to the chance of the other ones that you could pull a cool deck, anything like that. Instead, they kind of put in like, oh, you get a spin down. Like, who gives a fuck? I want something cool. I don't want like a pack from, Return to Ravnica block. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe. I'm going to try to do more of these, but thank you for watching.